call to reserve a hotel room for a weekend getaway. The receptionist asks you for your credit card number. It's become increasingly difficult to go about daily life without having a credit card. Today, I would like to inform you a little bit about the dangers of credit cards and help you become a smarter consumer. According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, 74.9% of American families have a credit card. The Nielsen report of April 2009 averaged the credit card debt per household $8,329, while for America, they totaled the debt at $972.73 billion for average credit card debt. There are lots of ways that a company can take advantage of you and make money off of you. One way they do this is they charge you a lot for taking cash straight off your card, like by ATM, which is really unfair because most people don't know that. If you refrain from taking cash directly off your card, you can avoid paying high fees. Another way to avoid credit card penalties is getting a grace period. It's very important that you only have that you never get a grace period less than 25 days. There's hefty fines for late fees, and they often up your APR. So you need to stay away from credit cards with unreasonably high late fees. According to Business Knowledge, the most dangerous of all of the enticing incentives that credit cards give, "You're approved," is the most dangerous. It's important to stay away from credit cards like this because they're very unreliable. There's a credit card called a secured credit card. Generally, these are reserved for people who are trying to build up their credit if they have bad credit. Secured credit card companies generally target students. They typically send applications to new high school graduates, making this card seem better by allowing you to choose pictures or personalize your card, which makes it seem more fun and obviously better, but not. Instead of giving you a credit card, they actually make you use your own money to pay for your purchases. It's quite similar to a debit card, but you're actually still charged interest for it. So they don't have to tell you that they're using your money directly, but they still charge you high fees. And if you're late on a payment, which they're not even actually charging you payments, they charge you a lot more. The application, it's easy to tell. It's sometimes difficult to tell if you have a secured credit card application. They generally ask for unnecessary information and usually for your checking or saving account numbers. This is the only way that you can avoid a secured credit card. Now, when choosing a credit card, it can be very confusing because there are so many credit cards out there. Most of the reliable information about a credit card is found on the box on the back of the application. This is where they are required by the government to tell the truth, although it looks very confusing. The first thing you need to look for when choosing a credit card would be the APR. There's two kinds of APR. There's a fixed rate, which is fixed from month to month, so your APR doesn't change. And the only way that a company can change it is if you're late on a payment or you max out the credit card. The company can change it if for some reason they want to, but they do need to tell you that. The other kind of APR would be the variable rate. APR is then based off another indicator, generally the prime rate. APR goes up and down based on this prime rate, and they add on a certain percentage chosen by the company to your card. For example, if the current prime rate is 4.5% and the company you're getting your card from offers a 6.7% variable APR, your fixed APR would be 11.2%, which you pay each month on your card. This can go up from month to month, but generally it's a better decision than a fixed rate card. The variable APR rate isn't set in stone. The second important thing to look for would be the credit limit. It's important to consider your spending habits when looking for a credit limit because you don't want to have a super high credit limit, which can be dangerous, and if you want, so you're able to spend more, which you often end up spending more. However, you also need to consider that if you go over, you also get high overage fees, and they can up your APR as well. The third thing to look at would be the balance computation method. There are two types of balance computation method. The first, the good one is one cycle billing, or as it found on the application, it's called average daily balance. This way so, and this is the only good one, this is the one you want. Or the one that's bad is called 2-cycle billing. This always costs more, and they charge you interest on 2 months, and it's really an unfair way that they charge you, because they're taking the purchases from the previous month and from the current month. So they're charging you unnecessarily, and they don't have to tell you that they're doing that. The fourth thing to look for would be benefits, which are incentives and perks. It's silly to pay for the rewards programs that credit card companies offer, because they're generally free anyway. When looking for the benefits, if you want benefits, note the restrictions on these programs and their flexibility. Determine whether you would actually need these rewards first. If you'd rather not pay the interest fee, it's a smart idea to have cash in hand to pay your bill in full each month. This way you never have to pay interest on the money that you borrowed. Credit cards can be very dangerous. It's important to read the small print so you know what you're getting